That might sound like a good idea. I should probably do that. A horrible experience. Yeah. Understatement of the century. I'm gonna save here real quick. Have I done that? Okay, no. Yeah, I'm gonna save this scene. I'm gonna call this one Wise Gal. Huh? Yes. Dick. I was almost killed, and above all else,
殺したのかもしれないし、殺してないのかもしれない。後から来た私には、ただ彼らは筋金入りのゼノフォビアだから、あなたを人間だなんて思ってないわね。ここでいつまでもグズグズしてて、またそんな奴らに捕まりたいの。
They were quite the capricious bunch. Or so the girl
それとも
implied.
私に家まで送ってほしいのかしら。
Go home alone or have some creepy woman take me home. I knew that if I have the option. Heck no!
余計なお世話だ。ああ、帰るよ。
そうした方がいい。
Exactly.
じゃあね、藤井君。また会いましょう。
Yeah, right. Actually, no, probably will. Yeah, right. I never wanted to meet or even see her ever again. If I could help it.
気安く呼ばないでくれ。
Turn around, spitting the words out. The girl, Sakurai, remained silent. Her only response was a shrug of the shoulder. I found myself assaulted by an intense wave of irritation. How did anything come to this? Or how did things come to this? I wish someone would tell me. Why did this have to? It was a miracle I made it back home in one piece after all that. I must have been unconsciously steeling myself as nausea assaulted me the moment I passed through my front door. Unable to suppress it, I threw up all over the entryway. Even after vomiting this much, spasms in my stomach refused to settle down. Ugh. Oh, I'm getting so willy. In the willies right now, that's gross. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it! This had to be a joke of some sort. Cosme was gonna lecture me again if she saw the mess I'd made. I had to do something about this before she came over in the morning to wake me up. I held back my endless welling nausea as I cleaned up my own vomit. Halfway through, unable to hold it any longer, I threw up in the sink, but she was probably sleeping like a log right about now. Of course, I kept eternally apologizing to her for making so much of a noise in the middle of the night. I'd make sure there was no stench left, so I hoped she'd forgive me. I didn't want her to ever find out that I might have been a murderer, that I was attacked by some strange people, and that I was so pathetically scared of death right now. I knew how much of a worrywart she was. She'd probably cry her eyes out. I I need Kazumi to be her usual stupid, cheerful, and smiling self. Otherwise, I'd lose it. But Rin, that's a selfish desire. Even if it's right, what you're trying to say, I understand. That's a selfish desire. You do not ever need to wish that. If Kazumi's going to change, it will be by her own accord. Do not expect her to stay the same. That's a lesson I tell this character, even though... And if that doesn't come lesson to him, a lesson to you all. Do not wish like he just did. Do not wish for your friends to stay clueless of the situations. If you have a friend like Kazumi, let them know. Even if it makes them cry and even if they're worried, you have to tell them. Otherwise, how can they trust you? So. Oh. I know I was breaking my promise by keeping secrets from her. See, this is why. But I hope she'd forgive me. She probably won't. I'd apologize to her eventually. Probably sooner than later. With the urge of vomiting up my stomach acid again gone, I wiped my mouth with my cuff. Oddly enough, there was no spurt of blood or bloodstains to be found. My wounds really had healed. She called it first aid treatment, but why did it completely heal me? Or why didn't it completely heal me? Man's not here. Defied common sense. I wish I could write the whole thing off as a dream, but still wrestling with those selfish thoughts, I took my tattered clothes and threw them into the trash. Then, after a minute's hesitation, I took a peek into Kazumi's room, through the hole in the wall. Stalker. This is not appropriate. No. I have to read text, don't I? Dang it! Thank God. My consciousness began to fade out as I felt relief welling up inside me. What? I only have 7 minutes. Don't tell me it happens. You know what? I should just accept that I'm going to keep accidentally clicking the wrong buttons. Okay. And for those who are wondering, from now on, I'm going to plan doing that on purpose now. But for now, this is the last accident in which I have accidentally clicked it off and then clicked it back on. I was trying to fix something because I saw like a red thing around where my OBS is. Like it said like cautious something, so I looked. And I must have pressed the wrong button because now I have this again happening. So I guess what's splashing YouTube? Does it really matter? No. So I'm just going to continue reading. I was wondering why it looked a little like I was checking there was another red thing again. Because there's like this like thing that would say like high encoding something on my OBS. Like on the bottom left thing. Apparently it's not showing right now. So whatever. Okay, a bunch of ellipses. Yay, more. I wake up and that's the first thing I hear. If there's a God up there. I know there's a God, but if there's more gods up there, please. I'm gonna need more than one. Hey.
裸でしかも穴から上半身だけ出してすごい寝相ですね君は 何やってんのよマジで。
Oh. I was imagining I was hot. There we go. Not imagining. I was hot. I'm going to begin with Cosme lecture me. As for why? Well, it was just like how she said. I couldn't blame her for being
もしかして
exasperated.
イオバイ？
Yes.
じゃあなんで裸？
You know, a guy can be naked. Men have pride in their bodies too,
暑
you
かったん
know.
だよ。
See, there you go, because it was hot.
あんた寒がりだって言ってたじゃない。
He's a very uncontrollably weird person.
熱っぽくてな。
You're feverish,
嘘、
yeah.
本当に？
Cosme. I know I said earlier that it's selfish, but I really do want you to not change. Because that's so adorable. I love that face. That is my favorite face of hers. Seems like that was the wrong answer.
言われてみればなんか本当に顔色悪いね。熱測る？
Is she believing it? On the other hand, Cosme looked perplexed, then worried. Or more perplexed than worried. I tried to putting on a brave face, but it wasn't going well. I wasn't expecting that stupid lie to actually fool
今
her.
日は休んだ方がいいんじゃない？病み上がりなんだし、無理するのは良くないよ。
大丈夫。
It was true that I would have physically appreciated taking the day off, but I didn't feel like I could just hold myself up in my room. I needed something normal to erase this abnormal experience I went through yesterday.
行くよ俺。
So if you guys are watching this, then I guess because my stupidity. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to, I'm gonna just say that, tackle that like button, subscribe, click that bell so you get notified when I make a video. Comment down below too. I may not sound excited, but I actually am. I'm just not in the mood. I'm still kind of tired. After this, I think I'm just gonna end the videos for the day. Yeah, you do need to give it your attendance, dude. You actually do.
そんな1日2日で危なくなるほどシビアな出席日数だっけ？っていうか、あんた学校嫌いなんじゃ。
別に嫌いじゃない。好きでもないけど。
Same, fam, same. But right now, I kind of needed it. Holding my head, I attempted to stand up, but being lightheaded, I ended up collapsing on my bed. Unbelievable. I couldn't even do something that
決
simple.
まりだね。あんた今日は休みなさい。
Uh-oh. Officer Kazumi is on the case.
なんだった
Or
ら
not case, but...
私も休んで看病とかしてあげよっか。
Oh. Why am I making that voice? Because my mind almost started thinking very dirty thoughts. Do not talk to me outside of YouTube, kids.
ほら、おかゆとか作って、あーみたいな。
I'm sorry, my mind's getting dirty thoughts now.
いや、
うわ、なにこいつ本当に言ったよ、ありえね
違う、そうじゃなくて。
I found myself seriously conflicted for a moment. Since I couldn't move, I wondered if I could bring her around. Having her around would be safer. But that was a mistaken conclusion. It was morning, so Cosme would be a less danger around all the everyday people commuting to school and work. It was better than her being alone with me in this place. At the very least, I couldn't allow myself to take advantage of her goodwill.
学校には行く。だけどすぐには無理そうだから先行っててくれ。
大丈夫なの？そんなんで。
大丈夫。
That's all I could say. But I had to force myself to do so. Now that I had said it, I couldn't turn back. It's like me on my Twitter videos, like my Twitter things. I always have to, like, as soon as I put it down on Twitter, I can't go back on my word. I have to upload a video or record a video. So, you know, it's whatever's.
じゃあ早く来ないと私を襲ってきたから KO しちゃいましたって言うからね。
ああ、好きに言いふらしてくれ。
You realize that wasn't all that different from what actually happened. But now that I thought about it,
テレビで何かやってたか。
どういうこと？
だから昨日も
murder.
やっぱりあったのか。
As me idly cast down her eyes. Well, that was only natural. I expect asking. Didn't exactly ask in a good way.
今日はまだ報道されてなかったね。犯人も昨日はお休みだったんじゃないのかな。
そうか。
I see. So the body really did vanish. Wrestling with a number of complex feelings, I heaved a
こ
sigh.
のまま二度と起きなきゃいいのにね。そしたらみんなも。
そうだな。
Kazumi didn't, or rather, no one aside from me and those three psychos knew about what happened last night. She didn't need to know. At the very least, it is probably best to keep it locked away in my heart until I felt ready to tell her. Even if I were to confess right here and now, no one would believe me without a body as a proof. Not to mention the obvious question of how I made such a huge mess without any weapons. There was still a part of me that considered last night to have been a dream. Or rather, a part of me that desperately wanted to believe that.
手間取らせて悪かった。お前も遅刻しないうちに行った方がいいぞ。
That sounds like
了解。じゃあそっちも早く後追ってきなさいよ。
分かった。
覇気がない。
うざい。早く行け。
I drove Kozumi out of the room with a wave of my hand. I felt dizzy from raising my voice, but it wasn't enough to wear me out. Don't ask what I'm doing with my hands. This is what I do with my hands whenever I'm tired. I found out that I have some weird problems with my body. I like make some weird voices and stuff. It's not disturbing stuff either. It's just like weird twitchiness to my hands. I just keep doing that when I'm tired. I think it's like to keep my mind entertained or something. It's not that this video's not entertaining. I love this video. Don't get me wrong. I love making videos for you guys. It's just my body is so tired right now, and at the same time I want to make a video, so... Then the allergies are getting to my nose again. I should really clean my room because there's a lot of dust. That's probably also playing it. Anyways, I had to be stout-hearted. I didn't know how, but my wounds had healed. So this was probably mostly in my head. With that said though,
そんなやつ、やけにあっさり引いたよ
she was quite fond of preaching, meddling in others' affairs, and was a complete worrywart. But it truly did come as a shock that she simply did as she was told without offering any
な。
complaints.
いいか。
A girl's biorhythms are too complicated for a guy like me to understand. As fickle as an autumn sky. Anyway, I needed to recover my strength. With that in mind, I decided to rest for a while. If I felt drowsy, sleeping was the last thing I could allow myself to do. Just as that thought drifted through my mind, And so I ended up staying still for about 4 hours. My condition was a far cry from what could be called a full recovery. But the nauseous feeling in my chest had settled down. I had a headache from the lack of sleep, but I kept ignoring it. If I left for school now, I could probably make it before lunch break, although I couldn't even remember what classes I was supposed to have in the afternoon. During my dizziness, I changed into my uniform and went outside. It was cold. Goosebumps began to cover my entire body, but not due to the temperature. The scenery should have considered familiar felt terribly off for some reason. Those freaks still lurked somewhere within the city. That thought alone made me see my normal routine to school in a completely different light. My fear towards those mysterious unknown beings began to cast an ominous filter over my world. In any case, I needed to hurry on over to school. On my way, I debated whether or not to go through the park, but in the end, I decided to take a detour. I didn't want to go anywhere near that place right now. I walked with a faster pace than usual, but as my condition forced me to take a few breathers along the way, fourth period had already ended by the time I arrived at school. Though maybe it was just the right time to arrive fashionably late, with the school bell still chiming in the background, I spied a familiar face come out of the gates. Mira. Seeing her safe filled me with relief, so I wondered what she was doing there. After a few moments, Mira took notice of me as well.
今頃来たの、藤井君。
She wore the same old poker face as always. Was she going home?
私帰るところ。残念だけど、入れ違いだね。
Okay. I didn't mean to read that, but looks like my thoughts were written all over my face.
先輩、体調でも崩しましたか？
それは君の方じゃないの。顔、真っ白だよ。
Really? I couldn't tell. But I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be true.
とっても美人。やつれた方とか、色っぽい。
And you must really think I am low sexy. Or beautiful. Whichever the two. You're beautiful! I don't know why I wanted to sing that. But it happens.
怒りんぼだね。すぐそんな顔する。
余計なお世話ってやつですよ。
My tone was a bit harsh, but I saw no reason to be formal with her after all this time. Anyway, it felt only natural for me to have rather offbeat conversation with her. More importantly, she was going home on her own, in the middle of the day, on a weekday, with barely anyone out on the
先輩、
streets.
今帰るのはちょっと。
私は帰るよ。誰が何と言っても帰るよ。神様の命令でも聞かないよ。
Well, you're right. If you want to go home, don't let God tell you what to do.
まだ何か
I'm a bad influence. Sorry. Following a moment of hesitation, I really caved in. She wasn't connected to me the way Cosme was, so I figured it'd be the best to keep the distance between us that way. For someone with so few friends, that felt like a painful choice.
じゃあ、
But
俺は行くんだ。先輩もなんでサボるのか知らないけど。さよなら。
she gave a light nod, to which I replied with a curt wave before letting her pass by me. I felt genuinely relieved as I proceeded to cross through the gate. Ultimately, everyone here was my age. The place was basically off limits to outsiders. Even though I was the only one close terms with the select few here, this place still remained relatively free from the foreign contamination. This was without a doubt a symbol of my day-to-day life, as well as a place I would literally call my fortress right about now. Man, who would have thought that I'd be thinking of school like that one day? Ren, my Cosme do not change. Please. He has to. He's the main character. He's protagonist Kun. Potentially due to how lost I was in my own thoughts, hearing my name spoken out surprised me. As I reflexively turned around,
気をつけてね。
you too real?
Huh?
Careful. What? Mo, paying no heed of my confusion, turned around and left, with nothing else to add. Almost like she was in a hurry to get out of here as soon as possible. Unable to untangle the web of comprehensible feelings taking hold of me. That's a very good concept to use. I simply stood there for a while, staring into the space instead of going after her. Might have stood there forever had Cosme not picked that moment to call me on my phone.
もしかしてまだ家にいるわけ？
いや、校門のとこだけど。
Yeah.
そうなの？あ、ちょっと待って。あ、いたいた。はーい、やっほー、こっち見ろ。
Might as well. I turned around and saw Cosme leaning out of a window on the third floor. Hold on a moment. That was unnecessary. Oh, dang. Alright. As embarrassing as always. Whoops. Hold on. My slippers got caught on my chair.
気分どう？良くなった？良くなったんならさっさとこっちに上がってきなさい。驚くよ。
She reminds me so much of a friend of mine. Don't ask who is. I'm not telling you guys. Let's just say she's a nice girl. She's just like us.
すでにお前の大声で十分驚いてるんだけど。
I could hear her loud and clear already. There was really no need to use the phone. Sighing, I held my phone away from my ear to escape the auditory nightmare. I had no idea what happened, but she seemed to be cheery as always. I wished she'd pass some of the energy to me.
すぐ行く。だからもうわめくなよ。
了解。
She's already giving me energy. And she didn't listen. Man, she really was loud. Once more, like my friend. If you're watching this somehow, my friend. Love you. If not, found your twin. Okay, maybe not your twin, but your anime self. I enter the school, smiling bitterly to myself. However, I found my... Yeah, this doesn't look right. I found myself suddenly assaulted by an intense sense of discomfort. No, oppression. At the school itself, I've been thrown into the depths of the ocean, or the belly of a colossal beast. The air froze over and cracked. A grotesque, difficult to describe presence gradually encroached out of those cracks, like blood oozing from a fresh wound. No, it seemed more like everything in this place had changed from the way it was yesterday. Only barely, but enough to be felt with terrifying clarity. Oh, hey, look, it's way past 30. Okay, guys, I gotta clock out. Not clock out, what? I have to log out. So I'm gonna bounce on out. See you guys later in the next episode, which will not be until Thursday. Until then, though, I gotta take a rest before my dad gets home. Thank you guys for watching this D5PS 101. Please tackle the like button, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification to get notified when I make a video and don't get lost in the sea of your subscription. I am D5PS 101 again. Bye. Fancy, you want to say bye to them too? Say bye. No, bye.